Angus Taylor, thanks for joining the Nightly.
Good to be with you.
Why politics?
I have the view that Australia can always be a better nation and give people more opportunities. And I saw that in business, and the opportunity to go into politics came along, and I took it. And hopefully I'm making a contribution to making Australia a better country.
What do you like about it?
Look, that opportunity I think really matters. It's a real privilege. It's a great privilege to serve people, and I love that. And I love the opportunities I've had to do things a little bit better, and that's certainly what we're seeking to do in getting into government.
And what don't you like about it?
It's a tough world. You work hard. It's tough on family, and they're the conscripts. They're not the volunteers, and it has its moments because of that.
Yeah. Now, you grew up on a farm. Tell us about how that shaped your worldview.
Well, it shaped it enormously. Anyone who grew up on a farm, I think, was shaped by it because it's a small business. You work hard. Family and business are the same thing. And you learn hard lessons about the hard realities of life. And that's certainly what I saw growing up. But you also learn that aspiration and getting ahead and doing well is a great thing. And that's what I seek to support in this country.
Can you run a country like a farm?
Well, they're not the same, but there's always parallels. You've got to make sure you manage your finances. You've got to make sure every dollar works hard. You've got to make sure you're creating opportunity, finding opportunity. You've got to make sure that you're investing in the things that really matter. And you've got to have aspiration. And all of those things are very similar, whether it's in a farm or a country.
Farming can be quite a cruel activity. You know, you watch animals die, you live with the seasons, there's drought, there's floods. It does turn you into somebody who's used to kind of putting up with hard things. When it comes to an economy, though, it's different. People need help, need support. How do you think about how a country should go in terms of that individualism versus, I don't know, maybe more of a collective sense?
Well, people face adversity in all walks of life, whether it's farming or small business or in their jobs, in fact, and in their families. And the role of government is to give people the best possible circumstances to deal with those adversities. We've seen more adversity than we should have in recent years, and I think we can have a better country, one where there's more opportunity to get ahead. And that's what we seek to do every single day, and it's certainly what we seek to do in government. I think we can do better. I think we can get back to basics, and I think we can get the country back on track.
What's been the most transformative event in your life?
Oh, look, I think like most people, it's family more than anything else. I mean, my mother died when I was relatively young, and that's always going to shape you and how you see the world. But I think my parents and the values they passed on to me have been the most important thing in my life. And I think that's true for many, many Australians. Family really matters, and family values have been at the heart of what I am and what I seek to be.
And what are those values to you? What's your creed, I guess?
Well, I do believe in personal responsibility. I believe that people are at their best when they're aspiring. I think people are at their best when they're given the opportunity to get ahead. And I think they're at their best when they're free to form the relationships with those they love and get on with life. And that's been at the heart of my life. And I think that's what Australians want more than anything else.
Who's your political hero?
Well, the whole suite of prime ministers that came in after the Second World War, I think are an amazing group of people, whether it was Robert Menzies or Churchill or de Gaulle or Eisenhower. I think they were incredible people. They were all from my side of politics, and they were all there to deal with a post-crisis situation where big government had got too big and had got in the way. And I think there's much to learn from that group of extraordinary people.
What's your vision for Australia?
An Australia where everyone can realise their very best. They can be their best and can get ahead and can aspire to own a home, to raise a family, and to be their best self. And that's the Australia I believe in. It's about Australians, not Australia as such, but Australians, and making sure that they can realise the ambitions they have for their own lives.
Favourite film?
Well, I'm going to cheat here and say Yellowstone. I can't help myself. It's my rural background, and extraordinary piece of television, albeit a long series, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Favourite song?
Song. Look, there's no one. I'm shaped heavily by the 80s. I love the Hoodoo Gurus and Crowded House and Dire Straits and most of their music. There's a lot of good, more modern stuff that I enjoy as well. And I've got a real taste for country in recent years as well, and maybe Yellowstone has helped with that.
And finally, what's something that people don't know about you that would surprise them?
Look, that I come from a farming family where where a loving family really enables so much in life, and that's what I believe in deeply. I haven't always lived that as much as I would like to, being a politician, because I'm away a lot. But I do think those relationships at the end count more than anything else, and that's at the heart of who I am and what I believe in.
And what do you want your legacy to be?
A better Australia, an Australia where Australians can realise more of their potential, and that means government knowing what it can do and what it shouldn't do. And I think that's the key. This is a great nation where we can realise our best. I think it's given more to people who have lived in this country than any other country in history, and we can be even better still.
Angus Taylor, thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.